Chief Rubin, you've been handed what has been marked Exhibit 6. It's a September 10, 2009 letter to you from Council Member Phil Mendelson, Chair of the Committee on Public Safety and the Judiciary, regarding firefighter Chris Sullivan.
I'm objecting to this exhibit. Any questions about it? This has nothing to do with this case. It has to do with another employee of the fire department that's not subject to this lawsuit.
Okay, your objection is noted. Do you recognize this document, sir?
You can answer that question.
Yes.
About when did you receive it?
Somewhere on or about September 10th.
And the issue raised in the letter is about firefighter Sullivan's statements and actions at a council meeting. Is that correct?
Objection. I'm asking the witness not to respond to any questions about the content of this letter. On the basis that it is, if you want to talk to the judge about it, we can. I'm instructing not to answer.
What's the basis?
Because it has to do with another employee's personnel actions that are not subject to this litigation.
But that wasn't my question.
I'm instructing the witness not to answer any questions about firefighter Chris Sullivan or anything that he may have done or reported with respect to his own internal issues with the fire department.
Did you take action, Chief Rubin, against firefighter Sullivan as a result of his actions at a D.C. City Council meeting?
Objection. Do not answer.
Well, ma'am, it's reflected in a public document.
You can put it on the record and you can take it up with the judge, Mr. Condon.
And again, your basis for objection is
same
because it
basis.
involves a...
Same basis.
Can I speak, please? Your objection, just so I understand it, is because this involves firefighter Sullivan and somehow that information is privileged?
Same basis as was already stated.
Well, I don't understand the basis.
You got it right back on the record from the court reporter.
Could you read back the counsel's articulation of her objection, please? So we can be very clear when we present it to the judge what the issues are.
I'm instructing the witness not to answer. I'm sorry, let me go back before that.
Thank you.
Objection. I'm asking the witness not to respond to any questions about the content of this letter on the basis that it is, if you want to talk to the judge about it, we can. I'm instructing him not to answer.
Okay.
Mr. Condit said, what's the basis, please? And I apologize. Ms. Featherstone said, because it has to do with another employee's personnel actions that are not subject to this litigation. I'm instructing the witness not to answer any questions about firefighter Chris Sullivan or anything that he may have done or reported with respect to his own internal issues with the fire department.
Okay, and Ms. Featherstone, just to be clear, is there a particular privilege or statutory basis for your instruction to the witness not to answer?
My legal objection is that it has to do with the personnel matters of another employee that are not subject to this litigation. It's not Ms. Cusick's personnel information that you're requesting. You're requesting personnel information and the chief's involvement in personal actions taken against another employee that's not the subject of this litigation that is protected by statute.
And what statute is that?
You can refer to the statute, Mr. Condit. I made my objection for the record. If you want to take it to the judge, we can.
Well,
we keep going around and around. It's the same objection.
I can't refer to a statute that I don't know. I presume that you know what statutory authority you're referring to, so what is it?
My objection is on the record.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Chief Rubin, did you attend a city council meeting that was also attended by firefighter Chris Sullivan?
Objection, yes.
What's the basis for not answering that
Same
question?
objection.
Okay. Have you responded to this letter from Councilmember Mendelson?
You can answer that.
No.
Are you planning to respond to the letter?
Objection.
I'm sorry, that answer was no?
No.
Okay. And why aren't you responding to this letter?
I see.
Objection. You can answer.
I see no need to.
Why don't you see a need to respond?
I'm not going to respond. I don't see a need to respond to it. I don't know how to describe that exactly. Besides, I don't see a need to respond to it.
Would you consider that refusal to respond to be disrespecting the council?
Objection.
No.
Why not?
Objection. Answer.
The comments that Sullivan made had nothing to do with his testimony. If you'll watch the end of the tape, when Sullivan approaches me and offers to kick my ass and do a few other things, I'm going to stand on that. I think for the council member to have even sent this letter was disrespectful on the council member's part.
So
The council described the fact that he was going to bring in security, asked the man to calm down, and I was in a position where my life was being threatened by this gentleman. And then all throughout the building, as he trailed behind me to the elevator, and that's the part that he was brought up in charges for, along with a dozen other items.
Now, with respect to the alleged threats of firefighter Sullivan, what did you do to preceding those threats?
Objection.
You made no gesture or comment toward him?
No.
Objection.
Do you know why firefighter Sullivan was upset?
Objection. You can answer if you know that.
Wait a minute, let's go off the record for a minute, please. Okay, it's up to you.